What's up, people? My name is JR and welcome back to Game Told. I'm a consultant in the music business, and today we're going to be talking about award shows, the way they work, the ins and outs, what happens backstage, how people get chosen for these awards, everything. We're going to go through it all. Let's get into it. So one of the most common questions I get asked a lot is, do you get paid for winning an award? And the answer is no, you don't get paid. The only award show I know that pays money is the Mercury Prize Award here in the UK. Now they have 12 nominees, everybody gets the award, but then one person gets the ultimate award, which comes with £100,000. So if you win it, you get £100,000. And yeah, that's the only award show that I've known to pay money. What does an award do for an artist who wins? Well, what awards do, they certify you. They acknowledge your hard work. They put you in a different bracket. So you go from a normal artist that's been trying to sell records, trying to do well, and you work hard to get to a certain point, and then you get acknowledged for these things. This winning an award opens a whole lot of doors for you. One of the doors may be endorsements. Other artists now know who you are. They know you got a little buzz on you. The bigger artists, smaller artists, everybody wants to do a song with you. You're being opened up and exposed to whole new fan bases. So people who wouldn't necessarily have ever known about you now do because of the award show you've won. Now, it's been known that nominations alone for major award shows can gain an artist at least 25%, make them sell 25% more of what they've already been selling. So yeah, so there's a whole lot of doors that get open for you once you win an award. It's great, especially the endorsements. A whole new exposure to the corporate world. The red carpet experience. Now, the red carpet experience is a great one. I myself has been lucky to have been to a few award shows. I've been to the MTV Awards 3 times. I've been to the Mobiles countless amount of times. And I've been to the BET Awards in America. Amazing. One thing they all do have in common is once you arrive, they take you to the champagne reception. You stay there. Once you walk in, you see all the executives, other celebrities, other music managers, loads and loads of different people. So once you get there, you sit down, you go through you just talk to everybody, have your drinks and stuff, and then they call you out one by one to sit in these limos that they have, or these nice executive cars, and these cars will drive like a quarter of a mile from the champagne reception to where the red carpet is, and they drop you off as if you've just been dropped off, and you're, just to make it all good for the cameras and stuff. As soon as you come out, there'll be cameras, all that stuff. I myself, I've gone as an artist manager or part of a crew, so we just take the back row, play the back row, and allow the artists to take their pictures, be interviewed. So you see loads of people behind the barrier. Most of them are from publications, TV stations, name it, all these places. They just do the interviews, and once they finish, take the pictures, and then sign some autographs, take pictures with fans screaming at the entrance. Just walk back in, and you can even just go back to where the champagne reception was, or go and be seated. Yeah, it's a great experience. It always asks who pays for the stage props. Stage props are paid for by the person who's performing. So an award show will reach out and say, okay, let's get this artist, that artist, this artist, and that one to perform today. When you agree on it, you have to come with your own stage props. I remember there was a situation where I put together a stage performance for Sway. This was about 2006, 2007. and it was for his song Up Your Speed. It's on YouTube somewhere, you can look for it. And we sat down we agreed that we'll do the performance. Then they called us in to have a chat with their production team. We sat down with the production team, and then they laid down a whole long list of, we told them what we wanted to do. And they said, all right, cool. We'll put something together. And they wrote a whole list and they emailed it later. And it was totaling into like 40 grand or something like that. And then when I looked at the different prices, it was like car tire, because we were trying to mimic a Formula One pit stop. I look at car tires, and these are just for renting, by the way. We're not buying these things to keep, we're renting them. The car tires were worth, how much were they trying to charge me just for the night? It was like, what? It was about £200 per tire. I said, whoa. So, you know, they just go outrageous. They're just outrageous with the quotes and how much these things cost. So the first thing I did was say, you know what, no problem. We'll find our own stuff. Just leave it with me. We had a really good relationship with Puma. I hit up Puma, we went through the whole list, and then they said, yeah, we'll be able to get you this. We know someone that has that. They even gave us a race car. Now, shout out to the guy from Faithless, the black guy from Faithless. Sorry, I forgot his name. But the black guy from Faithless, he actually races race cars, and he has his own. And he had a good relationship with Puma. So Puma went and got his one, brought it, and then we used that on the stage. Now, they had loads of regulations saying if we're going to bring a car in there, we have to drain off all the oils, all the petrol. It can't have any lubrication in there. This has to be literally a shell. You can have the engine in there, but there can't be any lubrication. So we got it done anyway. With a lot of strong pushback from the Mobiles team. They were like, no, you can't do it. It's the Royal Albert Hall. This is where the Queen listens to music, you know, stuff like that. But in the end, push came to shove and we got what we wanted. I went to a local car tire garage in Tottenham and spoke to him. He goes, yeah, take him. He gave me loads of tires and stuff. So again, people, be resourceful with your endeavors, because you can't just keep accepting things, you know, like you have to be smart. Yeah, I got that. Puma managed to get us some outfits. Luckily, they sponsored Ferrari, so we had all of that. We got some decals made, all for a good price. Got the girls all dressed up and everything in heels, name it. Just look for it and you see it. So yeah, so that cost falls on you, the artist, or the management, or your team. The award show would not invest in your performance. If they always have a good and beautiful stage. It's always nice and clear. But if you're going to do a performance for TV, you want it to look good. You want to have all the props. You want to have everything else. So you have to invest in it. If you don't, it's just going to look plain and simple. You standing there with a microphone and singing or rapping or doing whatever you do. It doesn't work. So yeah, if it's for TV, you have to do it. So spend a little bit of money, but just don't spend too much. What is Backstage? Well, Backstage is amazing. Like, yeah, I've been to, of all these award shows that I just mentioned, I've been to all the backstages because we've been invited guests. Now, if you just bought a ticket to go to these shows, there's certain things you won't see. Like, for instance, the Champagne Lounge I mentioned, you won't be able to go there. Backstage, you won't be able to go there either. So anyway, Backstage. The first thing that you see when you go backstage is a gift area. So they chaperone you and take you to a certain section. You get there, as soon as you get there, they open up this section and then it's like a table in an L shape or square shaped, whatever. And on every single table, now massive tables, now every single table represents one brand. So you might have Gucci, you might have Palmer's, Cocoa Butter, name it, everybody. It ranges from designer companies to candles to fragrance, loads and loads of companies just willing to give stuff away to artists. So you go there and you go to each and every single one of them, every table. So whoever the artist is with, management, friends, whoever's been allowed to come there, you walk to each person and grab something, and they put it in a bag for you. So by the time you leave there, you're holding about 9, 10, 15 bags sometimes. It's crazy. The bigger the artist, the more stuff they just want to give you. So yeah, and so that's what's backstage. And then you also have a section where as soon as somebody wins an award, it come off and they get interviewed right there. So there's a backdrop with the logos and all these other things. They interview them there. They go through, they take the pictures for press, and you know, because they want to amplify the fact that they've given you an award. They've given you an award. So once they've done that, you sit down, you go through, you stand there, go through all these things. The different press people who just want to interview you, the websites, the website who are owned by, the award show's website will interview you as well. And then once they've got all they need, then it's time to go sit down back at the your table or your seat. Now you can either take the award with you, or you can leave it with them and they'll pick it, or give it to somebody in the crew, or pick it up later on before you leave. That's how it goes. And that's what backstage is. And backstage is just crazy because you see this person running around and it's everybody's somebody, you know? So all your favorite artists and stuff, they're all just walking around. Some of them are even half naked because you have to imagine they're going on stage to go perform. So they just want to make sure their clothes are right and, you know, their stylists are there. Sometimes you see somebody in a bra, you know? I've seen three women in bras just walking around like it's nothing. But yeah, you know, the show must go on. And that's the kind of, it's chaos, but it's organized chaos. And it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, that's what the backstage of a award show. Do you pay to go to awards? No, you don't pay to go to award shows. If they invite you, turn up, and that's it. Any extra tickets you want, they may charge you for them, yes, but initially no. The mobiles is the only one that I know that will charge you for tickets. I think they may give 1 or 2 people tickets, but if you want to bring the rest of your entourage and the rest of the people, the last I checked, it was about £500 or so per person. And the Mobile is one of the only award shows that have tables with food and drink and stuff like that. Most other places are just seated. You sit down and then, you know, go through the whole night. But the Mobiles is seated, they give you food and all these other things. So yeah, that's an award show that I know you have to pay to go to. The rest, it's free. They give you a certain allocation, anything more you have to pay for, yes. Who chooses who wins? Well, every award show has a panel that meet up all throughout the year, or maybe halfway through the year. Say most award shows are in September, October. And I don't actually know why. I need to find out why they're all around that same time. The panel will sit down and they'll go through a list of people. And everybody, say maybe there's a panel of 10 people. Everyone will throw a name in the hat and say, I think this person. And the reason being, he's done this, he's done that. She's done this, she's done that. This one has sold more records. This one has done that. This one has done that. So then they put them all into categories. So best hip hop, best R&B, best country, all these other things. And you know how it goes. So once they've gone through all of them and they've listed the names, they make a shorter list and they eliminate some people off the list. And then once they have all the people that are worthy of being there, then they choose out of every category who has done the most. Or to be honest with you, who benefits the award show most. So if you have a category where there's Jay-Z and then there's someone like who? The Baby. Giving the award show to Jay-Z may mean that people focus more on the award show more than they would if you gave it to the Baby. But then again, if you gave it to the Baby, then maybe the Baby will turn around and shock everybody, and then it becomes headline news, you know? So however they choose, I have no idea. But recently, Benzino, who used to own The Source, and also, as you know, they had an award show called The Source Awards, said he was questioned about giving an award to Silk the Shocker, who is Master P's brother. And Noriega was hot at the time, and they gave the Silk the Shocker over him. And his response to that was, they were spending 250 grand a month with us. Why would you question me about giving him an award? So favor for a favor, they were spending loads of money on the source with the source. No Limit was spending loads of money with the source. If they had one of their artists in the category, they had to let him win. And that's what he said. And there is some sort of favoritism going on, but mostly they do get it right. And that's how the choices are made by the panel. I've never been part of a panel, but I know two people who have. And there's a lot of bickering and arguing and fighting, and people going behind people's backs, and some people just trying to favor who they know and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a bit it can get a bit techie, but that's how it's chosen anyway. Do you pay for the actual award? No. If you win the award, you win the award, and that's it. You walk away scot-free, no questions asked. The only time I've heard of anybody paying for an award is the Grammys. So with the Grammys, say for instance, you win Best Album, right? You win Best Album. You come on stage, they give you that Grammy. That Grammy is yours. Now, every single person who has worked on your album and has been credited, every single person who has worked on that album and been credited, as in you look on the song credits, their names are there, is allowed to apply for that Grammy gong. So if, for instance, I've put out an album and then you, A, B, C, and D have all been producers, featured, writers, whatever it is you've done on the album. If it's credited, you can apply to the Grammys and say, hey, I was on this album, it's won Best Album, I won a Grammy. And then they'll charge you for it. That's the only time. I don't know how much it costs, but it's well worth it, because having a Grammy, being a Grammy award winning, being part of a Grammy award winning album or project or whatever it is it will open doors for you, and it's an amazing achievement. So people, I don't know how much it costs, but even if it was $5 grand, people will find the money to pay for it, because it goes a long way. It's a big achievement. I mean, in music, I think the Grammys are the biggest achievement you can come across. You can achieve. So yeah, that's it. So people, I hope I haven't gone on too long, but I hope I've touched on enough for you to educate yourself about award shows. And stop asking these questions about award shows. What happens? I hope I've touched on most things, so you don't have to ask anybody. And for you guys who are looking to be established artists and stuff, managers, whatever, consider all these points and think about it. I mean, because they will come. All you got to do is keep working, just keep working. Consistency is key in the music business, and award shows await you. And hopefully some of you can put out really good music and good projects that will win awards one day, and people will celebrate you, and maybe you can tell us about your experiences. Like I said, I'm JRDcypha. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for tuning in again. This has been Game Told.